is tired and the wood is old, and we'll make it fun.
The wood is tired and the wood is old, and we'll make it fine if the weather holds. Oh, you snuck up on me there. It's so good to see you again. I'm host of the F Word, Lilac Vanguard. You know, I was just practicing for my All Indigo Girls a cappella group. They're a favorite duo of mine and Lavender's. If you're not familiar with them, I suggest you Google them. Such powerful songwriting, true pillars of the lesbian folk scene. Welcome back to a very special episode of the F Word, two-parter. I just had so much fun learning with and from this guest that I couldn't contain it all in one short visit to my conservatory. I'll let her introduce herself.
Hello, good afternoon, Lilac. My name is Laura Engelken. I work at the Interfaith Center at the University of Vermont.
What exactly does one do at an interfaith center?
My role is to help equip individuals and the institution to engage more comfortably and competently with spirituality and religion.
Then those who don't espouse any particular faith may not engage with your work. Is that accurate?
The way I understand spirituality is meaning making, right? That all of us as humans share this need to make sense of big questions like, who am I? Why am I here? What's my relationship to that which is beyond me? And for some of us, that sense of beyond me is, say, divinity, or it could be family, friends, it could be the natural environment.
Oh, I see. So one does not have to engage in formal religious practice to find space to connect at the Interfaith Center.
We all answer those questions in different ways. Potentially through religious traditions, potentially through philosophy, or commitments that we hold.
I wonder then, Laura, whether or not feminism might be one of those commitments. Would you say you identify as a feminist?
Actually, no. But not because I don't agree with feminism. I think for me, gender is complicated as a queer person who identifies as cisgender female, but has not fit the normative role of what it means to be female in many communities.
So the principles of feminism make sense to you, but don't necessarily feel inclusive. Is that true?
I identify more with my queerness, which is about my sexuality, but also that involves as being a woman who can be more masculine presenting, and also sometimes of my style of conversation and being. So feminism doesn't quite seem to fit because of the binaries that just haven't seemed to fit my life. So I resonate more with queerness and queer theory.
Of course, an intersection long at play in my studies. One of my favorites in that field is Lillian Faderman from UC Santa Cruz. Perhaps you're familiar. If not, Google her work. But Laura, can you tell us a bit more about queer theory?
Queer theory really asks, so who benefits from a particular structure? Who wins and who loses, and whose opinions maybe are disregarded completely?
Are there any pieces of feminism that resonate for you?
I think the one kind of piece of feminism that does resonate with me often is ecofeminism, an ecofeminist theology, which I was exposed to in seminary, particularly from colleagues who would really push to say, why so focused on the human as being the end-all be-all of concern or importance or voice, and really pushing folks, and I felt pushed, to kind of expand my sense of theology, my sphere of concern.
Hear, hear! Gertrude Stein here and I do agree with that philosophy. Tell us, do you have any thoughts on how we might all embrace that sense of push that you felt at seminary?
Any good philosophy, theory, religion, practice that pushes us to think beyond just ourselves and how we are connected to one another is of tremendous value for our individual lives and for the world.
Wisdom to live by indeed, Laura. Thank you for expanding all of our thinking on these intersections of feminism, queer theory, ecofeminism, spirituality, and meaning-making. A lot to chew on, eh? We'll be back soon with part 2 of my conversation with Reverend Laura, where she'll regale us with stories of her role model and the importance of not making assumptions about others based on the religion they practice. Until then, I hope you will spend some time expanding your sphere of concern, perhaps if only to include the birds outside your home and their chirpy little hellos. I'm going to go see if Gertrude would like to watch some bird videos with me. Here, kitty kitty! Goodbye. Gertrude!
I'm looking for a reason. Wrong.